Hello everyone and welcome to TakuCast 0 with our Xbox One special. I'm here as always with
Dat Hon3y Badger.
And today we have a very special surprise for you because we have our very own Mr. My tone implies that you finished the sentence.
Oh, DigitalWolf.
There we go.
That was funny though.
Okay, so why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, Mr. Wolf?
Alright. I'm the one that built the site, so I kind of manage it and all kinds of other stuff, and I guess I kind of had a lot of the bigger ideas for site changes and stuff like that, but all that, the stuff on the site is I work on and stuff, so yeah.
So you're like the man behind the curtain,
Yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can start talking about the big news of today, which is, of course, the Xbox One revealed. So where do we start with this?
I think we should just start from the bottom. I just want to mention one thing about the streaming, which is very bottom, like from where you enter, where you watch the video. Okay, so people who watch streams, like who go out of their way to watch the streams, are obviously really into their games and really want to know what's going on, versus the people who just want to watch TV don't, and they just cater to people who wanted to watch TV today.
Even though like, you think they targeted the wrong people.
Oh, for sure.
And Wolf brought that up earlier on as well. I think both of you are onto something there.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, like, I'd say a lot of people are thinking that right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was ranting about that for like ever. I feel like I called this. I already knew they were doing this.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Xbox Music thing and just all their marketing stuff has just seemed to have led up to this point. That's what they were going to do.
And
at least for now, anyway.
Seeing as we're talking about who called something, I happen to predict that it will be black, which is huge, really. You know. Yeah.
I was really hoping for a white and green one, though.
I didn't think so because
awesome.
People were complaining about it not blending in with their sitting room setup.
That's retarded.
Which is usually black.
That's silly.
Apple doesn't care about that.
But they also don't care about putting ridiculous price tags either. But we digress.
Indeed we do.
Yeah.
So let's start with the name, shall we?
Yeah, okay. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, what is it? Even though we've already said it.
Well, okay, Xbox One.
Okay, so what do you think that means, both the... we'll start with you, Badger. Okay, maybe we'll start with Wolf. I don't...
Wolf, take the lead there.
Okay, it's probably just in relation to their all-in-one idea of just being able to do everything.
Okay. Yeah, Badger, do you think?
Yeah, that was pretty much what I was going to say. It's
You're
like,
just stealing his answer now,
yeah, but I was just going to add on to that. It's a whole, like, you're using smart glass, you're connecting your controller, and they work, like, allegedly in sync together. So as one, you know, for the whole experience, you know. So that's pretty much the same as what Wolf said, but, yeah, what about you, Gunn?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be completely original, and I'm going to say that I think it represents how it does all these things in one.
Yes, I think pretty much everyone says that. The only thing is talking about it's going to be kind of weird because it's going to be like, are we going to just say the Xbox, or are we going to say the One? And if you say Xbox One, are you talking about the first Xbox, or are you talking about...
Are we going to have a confusion problem like we have with the Wii U?
Yeah.
Like with the general public, are they going to be like, you know, oh, is this a new one, or is it just like... It seems like it's a lower value than 360, so, you know... Maybe I don't want this.
That's a good one.
It actually doesn't have a numerical value at all, so nobody knew where to place it. Like, but
so that's the name out of the way, I think.
That's the name. There's not really much to speculate on that.
I'm kind of amazed that nobody guessed. That was like completely out of left field. Everybody was thinking 720 Infinite.
That's true,
and
actually.
All this other stuff, and nobody thought of one.
Nobody said
never
heard
that at all.
The Stoners love it for Xbox 420, but
like I heard some people say
blaze that shit on your Xbox this holiday season. Sorry.
We're targeting the Stoner demographic with this podcast, it seems.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, like the closest guess was just Xbox.
That was one as well, and Infinity, or was it Infinite or Infinity?
Infinity, I think.
I had a voice crack.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Your mic volume's gone a bit down there, Badger.
Oh, I don't know why that is. Oh, we'll just.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I think it
Yeah,
might
go ahead.
But okay, so I mean that's the name. There's not really much to talk about. So after they gave us the name, they gave us the controller and console design. We got to finally see it. What's your thoughts on how it looks like? We'll start with the console first.
Okay.
So
we'll just look at some pictures here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing is it's a box, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is literally true to its name.
Except for the X bar.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a box, and it's definitely black, and has like a matte finish mixed with some gloss.
It has like a nice disc tray too. I mean, if the picture I'm looking at is the front of it.
Well, it's not a disc tray.
But yeah, sorry. You know what I mean.
It has a PS3 style.
Yeah.
I just call it the suction tray. It's called a super something. I can't remember what it is.
I just call it the suction tray.
What do you like that Wolf thing?
No, it's
too bad it's too small, eh?
Wow.
Oh my god.
I don't know why you're laughing, Badger. You'd fit it in.
Badger don't give a shit.
Oh man.
A hole's a hole, man.
Oh, wait, what did we say before? You've been gunned?
What?
What did we say before? You've been gunned?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like my Ashton Kutcher kind of thing now.
Oh, God.
Gunned, same thing.
So, but anyway, to get back on track.
And we look at the top of it next because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the right side, you can just see a lot of vents. That's I don't know how I feel about that. Like
when you're looking at it, it's split down the middle.
Yeah, it looks like a printer and a filing cabinet stuck together. An open filing cabinet stuck together.
It does look like a draw coming out of the filing cabinet.
Yeah. The Xbox filing cabinet.
What do you think?
It has a retro design to it in a way.
Yeah, it does.
It's pretty cool though. I actually do like the look. It's simple. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's really what's inside it and how it runs and what it can do.
And it's not curved.
And there's no light.
Apple would sue them if it was curved.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But there's no lights though. Like I don't know if the Xbox logo glows or anything. They're not showing any light.
It doesn't because they want to move away from the whole ring thing. The red ring and whatnot.
Oh.
But you can bet that overheating won't be an issue because I'm sure they've stress tested this console extensively.
I'm sure once it's plugged in, it'll have a few lights pop on somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something. It might be like the PlayStation 3, like little dots,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Simplicity is best. They don't need too much.
You know what? How do you eject? Am I seeing a touch eject button?
That's actually
yeah, I think I see it. Just see the chrome part beside the tray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, it's like to the right. So you can kind of see what looks like the eject symbol.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just imagining this, but I can kind of see.
I'm sure it's there. Like I probably that or the controller. Or be like Xbox eject, because they're really doing the whole talking to your Xbox thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I'm sure they'll have two choices.
Let's move on to the picture of the back of the console.
With the
and just talk about what ports we have here.
Yeah.
What we can see is HDMI in and out. So that'd be like the out, or it'd be the in rather connecting. Maybe your TV box is called Sky Digital or Sky Digital over here. I don't know what it is. But
your cable box for Americans.
Yeah, your cable box. So you could connect that to your Xbox, and that probably how the TV would work without having to change.
And you can get what you were saying there earlier on, Wolf. You had a...
Yeah, there's Google TV and stuff like that has that kind of function where you plug your cable box into the TV, it's able to automatically configure all that junk so you can get your channel list and stuff like that. So a lot of the features they have is probably going to be dependent on that or just using your Xbox is outright your cable box. Or that's probably what they mean when they say that. Because it doesn't have those plugins. A lot of people thought it would have the cable port plugin and stuff like that. It doesn't. So it's probably just, you have your cable box, you have the HDMI in, and then you would just use the Xbox to navigate your channels and stuff.
Interesting.
Pretty cool. But also to continue what else, they have two more USB 3.0 ports, which is pretty cool. But they don't have the blue tip that USB 3.0 have, but I'd say that's to keep with the black theme of the console.
There's two on the back, but there's one on the side as well. I'm pretty sure there's one on the side.
My guess that's going to be for an external hard drive.
Well, you probably use it for whatever.
Yeah, but I'd use that for a hard drive personally. Yeah. Because it'd be similar enough to the... Then again, that would cover the vents, so... Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Yeah. That's on the left side, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, E3 will probably shed some more light on a lot of these things. I want to know, like, how we're going to charge our controllers, even. You know. Oh, that actually brings us to the controller. Let's...
No, we're not finished with the ports, have we?
Well, it's pretty much just...
it's like a dedicated Kinect one.
Yeah, but that's probably going to happen anyway. Yeah.
Okay, I won't bring these things up again, you guys.
Don't talk about the Kinect to me, boy! So, yeah, you can see the Kinect port from the right.
So now we're talking about the Kinect port.
Well, like, we might as well, like, we're here.
Okay,
you know, so, yeah, third from the right. I mean, that was... Actually, I don't own a Kinect, so I don't know what it looks like on... Well, currently on Xbox 360, so I doubt it looks the same. Do any of you guys know what it looks like?
I don't have one.
I thought it was more sleeker looking than the one that they have now. I could be just imagining that.
Yeah.
Should probably Google it, but you know.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, Kinect just isn't worth the time, but maybe...
It's very bad.
Alright.
That's a bit harsh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, for the Xbox 360, I don't believe it's worth the time because they just wanted to make games. Which is something that I want to talk about actually is I like how they're using the Kinect just to seamlessly integrate in with the games, like where they said you can give voice commands. I'm pretty sure that's what I understood them to mean, was that you can give let's say, for example, NPCs voice commands if you're playing like Call of Duty or whatever, you know. It'd be like, you know, go over here or like get cover or fire, you know, something like that. But like not forcing you to use it for everything, but just little things that would help you immerse yourself in it a bit more, you know.
But that's not really new, is it?
No, but I mean, it's something that they weren't really doing, I don't feel. And if they were doing that, I would have probably bought one, but it wasn't an option, so I wasn't bothered by buying one.
At least not in mini games, anyway.
No.
I think Mass Effect was supposed to have some of those features or something like that.
Skyrim as well, I think.
Yeah.
You could do the shouts.
Yeah, that's true. But
Need for Speed had that too. The new, what was it? Most Wanted had that also. So I saw some cool uses for it. It just wasn't.
But even like the original SOCOM had it.
Yeah.
So
oh wow,
it's something that's not new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was big on that one. I would love that. That was awesome.
It was great. Too bad they went downhill.
Yeah, I heard it went pretty bad. Like.
And now Zipper's gone.
Ah well.
But,
true.
Let's not get depressed, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prince, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so who's ready for the controller here?
Definitely.
We talked about everything in the box.
There's not really much to see. Like, I think you'd have to get right up close.
The Kinect port is definitely larger. I googled it.
So
what is larger?
The Kinect port is definitely larger, taller.
Ah, okay. I thought it would be. It probably needs a little bit more juice as well than the first Kinect.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Okay, so
controller type.
Controller. To me, it looks like a hybrid of the original Xbox and Xbox 360 in a way, because it looks a little bit more meatier, but I have a feeling it'll be smaller when you're actually holding it in your hands.
Have we seen anyone holding it?
I believe it's pictures, but I don't have it.
Sorry?
There was a video of people holding it
Did you notice
on Game Trailer.
Did you notice like the size difference, or did anything stand out?
No.
It doesn't matter. I have a feeling, just looking at it, it doesn't look like it's going to be big because they learned their lesson with the original Xbox controller by making it like giant, you know. That nobody really was too interested in that. But let's look at the sticks, the analog sticks. They're pretty much in the same position. I like that there's looks like you got like little grips along the edge and like deep cuts into it, you know, for just for good grips when you're playing.
Yeah, there's a different material around the tips.
Yeah, for traction, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, to me, that's kind of huge because usually you usually don't have your finger on the middle. You usually have it on the edge when you're
That's true.
Yeah, too.
So, yeah.
But, the D-pad as well. That's got a much needed change, has it?
Yeah, it doesn't look that good to me. Unless they're only ever going to use 4 of them. the four sides, and they don't want to use like in between the left and up arrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not the way it's kind of like it's kind of in an indent.
Yeah.
It should be kind of raised by itself.
I honestly don't know what they're gonna. I don't know. Microsoft just can't seem to get the D-pad right, and
maybe it's better than it looks.
Maybe I haven't tried it, so I can't say with certainty. But right for me, looking at it, it doesn't look like something I'd want to use.
Well, it looks like an improvement, though.
Maybe I can't tell you, to be honest. It doesn't look as.
I think the thing is.
Sorry.
I think the thing is that it's kind of awkward when you have one thumb is higher than the other thumb, and then it might just feel weird to kind of have that shift in height when you expect it to be mirrored.
Oh, well, that's something that people who are used to the 360 though are going to be used to it though.
Yeah, true. I think that's just me then.
They also said
that if you're used to the DualShock controller, then it's going to be an issue. But
yeah, I found that I actually when I was playing PS3, like I could not get to grips with the controller for a long time. But that's another story. But let's just take our attention to where the back button used to be and the start button used to be, and you'll see that the icons are very different. I mean, they don't look anything like what they used to,
Well, so, what they used to have was just 2 arrows, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I actually have like so many Xbox controllers around me, but I won't bother getting them. So we'll talk about the back one, which looks like a Windows kind of thing. When you like minimize your window a little bit.
It's 2 squares overlapping.
Yeah, 2 squares overlapping.
Or like the dynamic window change in Windows 7. Like if you hold the Windows key and hit Tab.
Yes.
It kind of does a dynamic window change. It looks a lot like that.
So it looks
that's also what they showed during the thing as well, the conference or whatever.
Yes. So like switching between things quickly.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
What about the start?
Start button. That looks like, as Wolf said, looks like some kind of a menu thing. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, like if you go to our website and you view it on a phone, or you thin the site really, really thin like a phone.
TakuCast.com.
Yeah. It shows like a little 3 bars, which usually represents menu.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Website.
They might just be trying to do that instead of the pause menu, just like the menu. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be,
it's a good change, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a universal symbol.
Yeah, do something a little different, making it more like PC-ish almost.
We're not going to say press start anymore, are we?
No, press menu.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could do that. I want to ask you about the buttons X, Y, B, and A. Do you think they look backlit?
Who are you asking?
Everyone. It's obviously.
Take Wolf.
It might just be that there's a whole lot of light in the scene.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yes. I think they could make it a backlit, but then they probably want to make battery life, last really long. But I would like to see that because it would just look cool.
That's also kind of distracting when playing in the dark, though.
I don't know.
That.
Like the PS4 has the light that's going to be facing away from you, so it won't be too distracting you.
True.
Yeah. But what I think they might have done is that maybe whatever material they use for the button, it just kind of sucks in light. So if you're playing in the dark, you might get a good reflection off of the TV for the button, so you can look down and still see the button.
It's a good idea.
It's a good thought. That's the front. Let's look at the side of the controller that will face you. I don't know. That's not really the underside, but pretty much on the Xbox 360 controller, where the headset plugs in, we're going to look at it on the Xbox side now.
And, we had a theory about what that looks like.
Yeah.
The little port that's going on there.
We thought it looked like a HDMI, but it turns out it's not.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of port it is, but it can power a 5.1 headset without amplifiers.
Well, then it's a headset port.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it just looks unusual. It doesn't look like the...
I'm thinking... It still seems like mini HDMI is what it looks like.
Yeah, it does. It does look HDMI. I mean, there'll be a picture.
Yeah.
There'll be a picture
but
of
the only
it.
Thing is,
everyone can speculate.
But if you've seen the interior of the controller, there's a whole lot of circuitry in there and stuff like that. They could probably fit all the HDMI stuff in there.
True.
Like, it probably wouldn't be used for video. It'd probably be used for digital audio. And that seems practical to me. But
what's the benefits of doing that?
Well, if they're using HDMI, for instance, there are little receivers you can get, and you just plug that simple receiver in. It can be powered through the HDMI port, and just you can play games off of that little tiny receiver and stuff like that.
Wow.
So HDMI has the ability to export power.
That's interesting.
So I would imagine that I think it's a mini HDMI port. That's what it looks like to me.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next picture here, which will be up on screen also, so you know what we're actually talking about. It's the back of it where the battery pack used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is it's an obvious change here.
Yeah, it's a huge change. On the back of the Xbox 360, there was just a big lump where the battery pack was. I mean, it didn't really make a big deal, but if you were looking at it, it didn't look too aesthetically pleasing, you know.
Yeah.
This one looks a bit more modern, very sleek design.
Do you think this will result in like a lighter controller?
I think so. It does look like it could be lighter to me. You know, to look at it, it looks like it could be lighter. There's not really much else to say. That's just it's a big change to the back of it, though. It might give you more hand space. I don't know, but I never had an issue with that on the Xbox before. Maybe more battery. They could get a bigger battery into it.
I'm actually thinking the battery is thinner, like kind of like a cell phone battery.
Yeah, maybe they're going for that.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. Kind of looks like the shape.
The smart kind of.
So if you want to have interchangeable batteries on there, so you just kind of like pop the thing off, flip it out, flip it in, back on, and back on the playing, I guess.
Well, I guess that's it for the back of it. There's not really much else going on. You know, it's just a standard controller beyond the big change of the battery pack. The next picture is a picture of
the top.
The side of it, actually.
Oh.
You can kind of see it.
Which picture am I looking at here?
It's the sixth one over.
Triggers.
You can see the triggers.
That's the top. To me,
the side of it,
the triggers are on the top.
I don't know what they're doing in that horse and pony show where you're from.
I'm getting real tired of your crap. What did I tell you about contradicting me in TakuCast?
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, it looks like the top and bottom part kind of overlap a bit over the triggers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know if
that, like the bumpers are overlapping over the triggers.
No. You see like the shell of the case just above the Y button, and then it goes down over the triggers. I kind of like that look. You know, it looks pretty good. It looks kind of seamless because it's all black, I guess, so it seems to blend in nicely together.
And you were saying earlier on as well that
actually, I just spotted something just above the battery pack. You can see a little port there. And it looks like a universal charger, you know, like the ones you use to charge your PS3.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Does the Xbox have something like that on top, or the 360? I mean.
It's a long very long kind of a port. It doesn't look anything like that. That looks pretty small. So it does look like the universal chargers. You know, you're getting them with your phones a lot these days.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be very nice. I'll have a link to this whole slideshow from Wired.com, so people can check it out for themselves instead of waiting for the videos to come up, for it to show up in the video rather if they want to. But hold on now, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the Kinect Sensor is next.
I just want to.
Oh, sorry.
You were saying about the bumper and the triggers. Well, first of all, how they look like there's a one button, but they're just kind of like a little spit going across, so it looks seamless. But the other thing as well, you were saying about how sensitive they were.
Yeah, oh, hold on, I forgot the name of it, like haptic, I think. Am I saying it?
Haptic, was it?
Haptic?
I don't Did anyone write this down?
This sounds like a Stammerers Anonymous meeting or something. Haptic?
Yeah, it's haptic. It's haptic.
Haptic, okay. Haptic sensors, okay.
Where did I get haptic from?
I don't know. But haptic, I think it's so like pretty much the triggers will sense that you're touching them even if you're not pushing them down.
What does that mean for games?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's up to whatever the developers want to do with it. But I mean, that could give some options, like maybe things like sniper games. You know, what Sniper, Ghost Warrior, that game. What about things where you have to just squeeze the trigger a little bit? You know,
you're saying that it senses even when you're not squeezing the trigger.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, just say if you just touched it, but you didn't compress it, it would know you're touching it.
I see.
You get me? So that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what they can do with that. You know. It might just be another way to have interactivity with the game by having more ways to touch it, I suppose.
I'm sure they can come up with more creative things than
they probably did it for a reason. Or
they probably got something in mind.
Yeah, this isn't just an afterthought. Like, this is something that they probably needed to do to have a little cool thing for their controller.
Yeah.
But actually, we'll talk about at the end, just before we wrap up, about the PlayStation 4 in contrast with the Xbox One. But that'll be for later. I was just about to ask you what you thought in comparison to the PS4, but we'll wait.
We leave that to the end.
Yeah. Okay. Once everything has been taken stock of. So now we'll move on to the Kinect Sensor. I mean, as far as I know, it doesn't look that much different. It looks a bit meatier, a little thicker.
It looks squarer. Boxy,
maybe just to kind of blend in a little bit better.
To match with the console, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, to blend in a bit better. Let's see.
It has the same design principles that they put, like, with the vents and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Like, is there anything else we can say about it, really?
Just there's vents on the side of it, and there's a multi-mic array, and it's set with the main body, making the sensor appear to levitate. I'm just reading this from the slideshow. So I'm on the picture at the top of it. It's the furthest from the right on the top row. More vents on the top, the Xbox symbol. There's not really much to kind of say about the Kinect as far as that goes.
We've been seeing a lot of vents in the past couple of days.
Yeah, true. I just need to vent my frustration about it.
Awful.
Powerful stuff. Well, then there's just more pictures of of the console, the sides of it and stuff, and then there's a top down on the very last picture before we move on to what was shown and talked about at the show. It's the console, the Kinect, and the controller all in one, like all together. Not really much to say about it, but it just looks like the controller is. I think that would give you a good indicator that it isn't that big. The controller, like, it isn't as big as the Xbox originals.
I still find the top of the actual box itself strange. Like, it's pure black on one side.
Yeah, it's
blacker than any of the other things going on in the controller, or maybe in the top of the controller.
Yeah, it's so strange. It is very unusual.
I have two extremes going on in my head right now. Like, I guess, like, design wise, I think it's amazing. But I'm looking at that, I'm like, is that a vent? And if it's a vent, is there dust gonna get inside?
It looks like something that you can interact with in some way.
Yeah.
Move a bit.
I'm pretty sure that accounts for those.
It's really sexy though. That's just.
I do like it. It looks very sleek. It looks really cool.
It's unique anyway.
It's definitely unique. Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. That's for sure.
Right.
I don't know.
But now that I see it, I don't remember what I was expecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. After we got the console out of the way, we talked about the controllers. I guess we've already talked about like how it looks like to our eyes. Do we like it at all?
Yeah.
So as far as what they showed at the start, they talked a lot about TV. Oh my god!
The first half, it was only an hour long, and the first half hour was kind of just pure TV talk.
Yeah. We'll just get that out of the way because I don't care about it that much at all, and I'm going to assume neither do you guys.
Nope.
They have just like sports things, like NFL, I think NBA, UFC, all that stuff. You can like do fantasy league stuff, Skype call and watch the game with people with your Kinect.
These things are very, very cool features, but they're nothing to do with games.
Yeah.
Right.
Which brings it back
I think they're really fantastic features. Oh, sorry. No, it's.
They don't talk, Badger.
I think they're really, really fantastic features. Like all those features they show are just great. It was really what I was kind of expecting to do because this is the kind of stuff that's gonna make them stand over, say, stuff like the Roku box and Apple TV and all these other things.
Yeah.
That they kind of have to compete with. And then not only that, it's also gonna help them sell their Windows computers as well because of the interaction they have with that too. Because they talked about that a little bit. So I think it's all like wonderful. It just has nothing to do with what I want the console for.
They should have done that maybe at like a more less hardcore gamer kind of thing. Not an event like that, like a reveal. It should have just been about the games because only people who are keeping an ear to the ground, as far as that goes, would have been tuning in.
Like they should have put a bit more focus on the games today.
Because if you look, like, I looked online, and there was just, like, the gamers that I knew were talking about it, and the people who I know don't play games weren't talking about it at all,
Right,
So, obviously, they weren't looking, and it was just gamers who were tuning in to to watch, and then it was just like, you know, here's all this casual stuff you can do. Like, when I want to watch shows, I use my PC. You know, I don't really want to use my Xbox because I'm on that to game. And I feel I'll be the same when it comes to Xbox One if I buy it. So it was disappointing to be forced to sit through it. And then they start talking about games, and I was like, oh, it's EA Sports. Yay.
Which I think that was a bad move for them to open with EA because really they needed to open with an exclusive.
Yes.
Something big.
They kind of... Sorry?
I think it just kind of, I think it just kind of spoke more to their message is that they're marketing this not really as a gaming console. They're marketing this for the people who need something to do all this stuff for their TV. You know, like the games doesn't seem to be their focus.
But they shouldn't have really done that today, should they? Because it's going to be all the gamers watching.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is what we've been saying. You know, it was really silly of them. You know, they really had to come out like with the big guns to upstage Sony, because I think Sony put on a brilliant show. You know, they showed a lot of stuff, and it was all about the games. And then we were given fucking EA games. Like, I mean, it was cool seeing these athletes, you know, talking about it, but I mean, like, it's nothing to do with the game, so, you know, it's just like, I've got to be, you know, really reactive, and I like when I go out into the crowd. It's like, I
will say, though, that for FIFA, anyway, I like the detail in the cloth, how it moved when they were running around.
Oh, yeah, that was gorgeous.
This is something you'll see on the PS4 as well, though, so that's why I think, you know, it's not something they should have opened with.
And what was the name of Ignite? Was that the name of EA's new engine?
Yeah.
I don't know why they came on talking about it when it's going to be on, you know, every other console. You know what I mean? It's going to be on the PS4. Yeah. It's not like it's an engine exclusive to Xbox, you know. I think, to me, I was just like, this is just filler.
I think they did mention one game mode in FIFA on the 360 that's exclusive to the 360. It's like Ultimate Team or something.
People are saying that, like, oh, FIFA's exclusive to Xbox now, you know? No. That's like, they kind of should have stipulated that to maybe some more, to people who might not have caught that it isn't FIFA that's exclusive to the next Xbox, it's just a game mode.
Yeah.
And, one thing I also want to say is Microsoft currently does have the most popular gaming console in America right now, and they can kind of afford to try and shift their market a bit, because they don't have to compete with Sony on a gaming console basis, because they're already competing with Sony, and they already have that place already. So if they lose a few people on the gaming side, they probably still be fine, because they're gaining the family side. Like, you know, people are going to look at this console and they're going to be like, you know, oh, well, the PS4 is a gaming console. This is something that I can use and my kids can use.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really care about the games. I care about, you know, waving my hands in front of my TV and stuff.
That all depends on how they market this now.
Yeah.
Because the families aren't going to be watching today, you know?
Definitely not.
But the thing is, if I can say one more thing, I sell Samsung products at my store, and Samsung TVs have that hand gesture feature. It's just probably not quite as responsive as the Kinect solution, because the technology is probably different.
Okay.
But so the Samsung TVs have that, but I kind of mess with it all the time. So if I need to, you know, run a demo on a TV, I'll just kind of walk up, wave my hands, just kind of try and smoothly go out through this interface. And people will walk by and they'll just stop immediately and go, "What the heck is he doing? The TVs can do that? What in the world? Oh my God!"
Tom Cruise from Minority Report over here.
Every single time, Minority Report.
Yeah.
And on that front, I think it's probably going to sell like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be something most gamers are going to be into.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be this thing where, you know, you get it if you want everything else. That just happens to play really good games.
Yeah, that's a really big selling point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they don't.
It's a Roku box that plays better games. You know, that other companies can't compete with that.
But moving on from what EA showed, we have like things like features that they told us about. They have like cloud storage, which I used to be kind of like not that fussed about, but now that I've actually used it and experienced it, it's something that I really like. Skype, sorry?
Not just cloud storage though, it's kind of like cloud computing.
Yes.
Which is kind of a big difference because it's like, they're saying now that you'll be able to run games and use, get extra resources from some server out there.
Yeah. Some resources handle server side.
Yeah, so that's a big change.
That's going to be big. So IGN have an article which I will leave a link in the description to, where it's pretty much Xbox become more powerful over time via cloud computing. So yeah, it's sort of similar to DayZ standalone, where they're going to handle things server side to take pressure off your PC. So it'll be the same as taking pressure off your console. So they can potentially do way more in game.
Yeah.
So it really is more console-like.
Yeah. I really like that idea. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing now that I start playing PC, It's a good it's a good way to be. They also
how I'm imagining it.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. How I'm imagining it is probably going to be similar to what they were talking about they did with SimCity, just with a much better infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Like they said they had like 360 servers worldwide that's going to be able to handle the stuff, and it's probably like EA, they didn't have that amount of resources. So in this scenario, you're probably going to have a much better output than you had with the SimCity scenario. Because apparently the main reason SimCity is always online is because of that's what they're doing, is they're handling things server side.
It was like 360,000, wasn't it? Or
was it?
Maybe I'm completely wrong.
Oh, I can't remember how much exactly it said.
There was definitely a 3 and a 6 involved.
Yes.
There was definitely numbers.
Yes.
And there's another thing called trending. So it'll be like, what's popular amongst your friends, and then you can check that out, It's just sort of like, kind of like a little thing like Twitter almost, It's just a little gimmicky, I think. But, there's some things that you mightn't have heard about, like Smart Match. A new Smart Match, I'm going to read this from, again, link in the description on GameRant.com. A new Smart Match matchmaking system virtually eliminates waiting in lobbies by estimating waiting times and finding people you want to play with while you're enjoying other activities. Reputation fundamentally matters and helps find better matches. As I said, I've been stuck in games or in matchmaking lobbies where you've been a while waiting and like just went on my phone or something like that, but it'd be better if I could just maybe just use my Xbox and keep the game on one small window and maybe just look on like I'm sure they're gonna have Twitter again or something like that on this Xbox, so maybe do that, something small, to pass the time. But also something really cool, game DVR. A dedicated game DVR captures and accesses your magic moments, all saved to the cloud. Along with sharing tools, you'll have the most amazing bragging rights with Xbox Live, and that's quoted from the article on GameRant. So pretty much you can record and share your games online.
So this is going to be in competition with the PS4s.
Pretty much, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, but everyone wants to put their stuff on YouTube these days, so that's something really cool. And
I'm wondering if they're going to have a limit, like the PS4 has a 15-minute limit.
Perhaps, but maybe what I think they're going to do is they might rent out cloud storage space to make more money, and then you can maybe like get way longer footage or something like that. Knowing Microsoft, that's the kind of shenanigans they'll get up to. And allegedly, again, I'm going to quote, living games. Dynamic living worlds evolve and improve the more you play, and advanced artificial intelligence can learn to play like you, so friends can play against your shadow. So
this kind of sounds like, are they talking about a specific game, or like all their games in general?
Maybe all their games in general, but I don't see why the PS4 couldn't do that then.
It's kind of confusing.
Yeah,
it's kind of unusual.
Now, it sounds kind of similar to what I've seen. Like, I've seen certain games that apparently have this kind of function. Like Dissidia on the PSP, that had a function where it would kind of learn how you play, and then, other people can pick up on that ghost and fight your image in
That's
a way.
pretty cool.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe your favorite moves by programming it into a player.
Yeah, I guess. No, it's all good. It sounds like it's kind of like that, and I don't know, maybe if you just have a tendency to spam one move, you just kind of have that, I guess.
Yeah, perhaps. Button mashing, like.
Yeah. So, by the way, King Kellogg, that means your days in Tekken are over.
The gauntlet has been thrown. Okay.
But anyway, so what happened after the EA stuff? They kind of went back to TV stuff again for a while, didn't they?
Yeah,
kind of disappointing.
Let's
with the
skip
Halo
over
thing.
that. I mean, like, let's just talk about what we do know. As I said, I'm really not interested in the games. So,
You're not interested in the games?
Oh, sorry. I'm not interested in the TV. I'm casual as fuck about my gaming, okay?
I know, I'm just appear on this podcast every week, you know. I don't really like what I do. I hate my job.
But I hate my job, yeah. I don't even own an Xbox. People in my house are watching this live stream, and I just said I'd share my opinions. But,
it's hard.
Oh, it's totally cool. Try to bite my hand.
Listen, the dogs belong outside.
Then why aren't you outside then?
Oh. Oh no, he didn't.
That's for that penis comment earlier. Okay, anyways, back to the business. Where are we at now? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about what games it did show. A new IP.
Forza.
Oh god.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
You were going to say something about new IP.
I can tell you're excited about that.
I actually have no opinions regarding Forza because I've never played it.
Oh.
Neither have I. I don't care about racing games personally. I think they're boring.
I'm a big fan of racing games, actually.
Yeah, Wolf loves his racing.
Yeah, well...
Actually, I think one thing to say about Forza is that technically you could say, Forza kind of got their... Like, Xbox and Forza kind of got theirs out first. Drive Club probably doesn't actually count against their main simulating platforms. Like, Drive Club's kind of like Project Gotham, in a way.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really know what Drive Club is, do we?
True, not really, no. I don't think it's much of a simulator.
But they go into, like, super, super detailed. But, like, he didn't... Like, is there any clues that kind of show that it's more arcadey than simulation?
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know for certain.
It's a first-person racer.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, well, Remedy, who you know from Max Payne 1 and Alan Wake, have a new IP coming out called Quantum Break. So, they've got a good track record, and I think it's going to be really good. Well, I'm just assuming because, they make good games. There wasn't much shown. There was a live action thing to start with, and then it cuts through a boat knocking a bridge over. I don't know what you could take from that, It was sort of about like that Infamous 2 or Infamous Second Son thing where he was talking about like their freedom's been taken away, and then he just goes, "Now imagine everyone had superpowers." and just broke the suspense with something like off the wall.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was really hilarious. Oh god.
Like you could see the horror in his eyes. and then he's like, "You have some superpowers."
Yeah.
And then explosions.
I remember when I was assaulted by a police officer, and then I wished I had superpowers. You thought you were really hearing a dark story, something really serious, and the next thing he's talking about, superpowers. But anyways, once again, we digress.
Yes, you did.
I'm blaming Gun for that. Somehow.
But I think the thing that would make that interesting for me is that whole ship scene was in game.
Yeah.
If that was like in engine stuff, then I could understand that was impressive. Otherwise, it seemed really, really random.
Yeah.
It was like, little girl, oh, what's so special about you, little girl? Here, let me show you. And then he puts your hand behind her ear, and I'm like, she's gonna pull a coin out? No. And then there's like a ship coming, and then explosions, and then some other thing, and time and space
and something about
slow-mo.
Slow-mo. And then pulls her loop earring off or something like that.
And then the little girl's in a car looking all snarky and stuff. I'm like,
really
this looks really cool, and I kind of want to find out what it is, but this is confusing as heck.
So pretty much anything to do with Remedy is going to be like full of slow motion.
Yeah, and they're not going to want to let you know exactly what's going on until you've bought the game. Yeah. It's they're like the Lost of trailers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like Kingdom Hearts.
What's in the hatch?
Yeah. Quantum Hatch.
Quantum Hatch.
But yeah,
Stop digressing.
As far as they said that's going to be an exclusive, but that's pretty much as far as exclusives go. They did say that there's going to be 8 exclusives and brand new exclusives.
15.
Yeah, 15 exclusives, and 8 of them will be brand new IPs.
Yeah, and they'll all be releasing within the first year. Did they say? Or am I imagining that?
I don't.
Within the first year. Yeah, he said the first year.
I think he did.
Yeah, I guess they have to they want to get a good lineup to start with, so there's a lot of variety.
Which is kind of disappointing that they didn't show more if they have so many lined up. Even even a logo or something.
Maybe they just need that extra few days to polish it off to show it. At E3 19 days from now. So maybe they just need more time to polish, or just so that they have things to show instead of being like, okay, we kind of showed you everything. See you at Christmas.
Right. But no, the other thing you kind of have to think about though is all those Kinect titles are also technically exclusives as well.
That's true.
And also kind of new IPs.
That's true.
So it's hard for me to be excited knowing that, just having that in the back of my head.
And there could be, it might necessarily be like AAA titles either, maybe indie titles and stuff like that, which isn't a knock on indie, but I just get more excited over AAA stuff than I do for indie stuff. That's just me personally, though.
Yeah, actually, I just found out that the Reddit there online that the 3.0, the USB 3.0 is for external storage.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my friend just showed me that, so I don't have a link to show you, but I mean, Google it yourself, guys.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Action watch.
Where have you been a source is Twitter.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
So
Tumblr freaking steals everything.
Try to pull a fast one and make Kinect games like the exclusive Kinectimals 2 or something like that.
Oh god.
A gritty reboot for Kinect.
Oh no, we're in a Steam chat. We're in a Steam chat. Yeah.
Sorry, I.
No, we were in the Steam chat. Everybody was like listing all these like old potential titles that could be like the 5, and then I just kind of like slipped in Kinect Sports. And I think anybody did that because they
didn't want to believe us.
Yeah. And that was just like the first thing I was thinking. I was like, okay, you're thinking all these games, but what's more possible? No, there has to be a Kinect Sports on the next Xbox. Of course, it's gonna be a Kinect Sports.
It's just gonna be like the title they'll always put out. Every so often there'll be a new Kinect Sports thing, just to have something coming out for the Kinect.
But the Kinect,
the catalog.
The Kinect did look like it was pretty huge improvement over the first one. Like they showed like a wireframe model and like even the wrist movement, that kind of detail is all monitored. So that could be brilliant if it works out that way.
Yeah, it seems to really improve the infrared technology they're doing. On GT, after the show, they were showing like another thing on the Kinect camera and how it doesn't matter what your lighting is and all kinds of other stuff. The big concern for me though is that if it's required all the time,
apparently it is.
Yeah, apparently it is. What if, like me, my PlayStation is connected to my computer monitor in my bedroom, and that's it. What would I even use the camera for? Because it's just like right there.
Yeah.
I put it on top of my monitor.
You know what you'd use it for.
I would use it.
Podcast.
Yes.
You bring them ladies into your room and they don't know the camera's there.
Yeah. You make a quick buck.
Xbox record.
Oh my god! It's always recording. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Never mind. Actually,
it's always listening for your voice.
Yeah, that's true. It'll always be like watching you.
It'll always be listening to you. I don't know about watching you, but it'll always be listening.
You have to guide your Kinect unless you want it to look at you. Don't you look at me!
Oh my god, Kinect on!
Yeah.
I'm wondering about stuff like accents. Like people with Scottish accents, they're going to have a hard time maybe.
Have settings for that kind of stuff. Like, I've seen a ton of different voice activation services that have like UK English and all these other different kinds of English.
Yeah, but there's UK English, but even within UK, there's like 20 different accents going on.
A lot more than
20. But it's also not strange for them to have technology to learn your voice too.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I'm sure a lot of these things will be patched in as well. If there is issues, they'll patch a lot of stuff.
And another thing as well is, let's say I'm doing my Minority Report thing, swiping shit all over the place. What if someone walks in the room and starts waving their hands around? Is it going to only focus on me? Or
since it recognizes you, I think it will only focus on you.
Yeah.
So I hope so.
And it should be able to identify your voice as well.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
They would definitely account for that because there will be some trolls like just trying to harass you and ruin your Xbox One experience by just waving their hands behind you.
Yeah.
I think,
or just sneaking up behind you, Xbox, search for porn. Out of nowhere.
Xbox, child pornography. Your ass is getting arrested. And then they run out like...
I think Phantom Link pointed out in the Speak Out. I'm not exactly sure what he said, but he's like, to paraphrase, he raised concerns about it being able to find black people, which, apparently the original Kinect had a problem with.
Wolf, don't shoot us.
Did it? It's okay, everybody. I'm black. It's fine.
Well, you can't just use that word, okay? Okay, let's get on with it.
Oh my, for the love of God, edit this out. I know he's just going to put a KKK picture up now, just at this point.
Website. Okay, but yeah, what was some concerns about anyway?
What concerns?
About like struggling to protect black people.
Oh yeah, just like the original one. It just couldn't pick up black people.
Are you serious?
Well, it wasn't. I think it depended on the situation, but a lot of people had problems with that. I remember.
Oh wow, yeah. Google brings this up.
Yeah, so it wasn't a dream. I wasn't making racist remarks for no reason. Well, it's probably already fixed, maybe.
Pretty sure they could. I don't know. I don't know how it works, so I can't really comment on it with certainty. But actually, real quick, just remember I said I didn't want to talk about TV anymore. There's one thing that I have to mention because it was huge, but just so we can get TV out of the way. Halo TV show. What do you think?
Yes.
Not interested.
Did you watch?
I'm only interested because Steven Spielberg, and that's it.
That's a big endorsement. It's lucky that Microsoft have just money to the ceiling.
But what's to stop a PS4 user downloading that and watching?
Well, nothing.
Yeah,
that's not really something. It's not really something to show off for the next.
It's just cool that they're doing it. That you can have it on your Xbox.
Yeah.
I suppose.
You can buy the DVD when that comes out.
Yeah, I think they won't care if other people are watching it.
Yeah.
It just seems like something that would be better announced somewhere else.
Or maybe another YouTube miniseries, maybe. Right. So Always Online isn't going to be in it.
Not. It could be in the future though, because they're talking about how they're going to be using server-side stuff. And if you're going to be using server-side stuff, then you're going to need to be online for that.
Maybe some features will be always online, you need it, but I think to play your games won't be, but things like obviously TV.
I think it depends on the game.
There was a Verge article for this. I could say what
let's see. And we also
Microsoft says.
Sorry.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let's see. Here it is. Is some website called news.xbox.com, and I'm gonna link this to you guys so you can see it too.
Okay.
Awesome. The Verge linked it, and it says, does the Xbox require an always-on internet connection? Answer: no, it does not have to always be internet connected, but Xbox One does require a connection to the internet. Wait, hold on. That's weird.
Contradiction.
Hold on. No, it does not have to always be connected, but Xbox One does require a connection to the internet. We're designing Xbox One to be your all-in-one entertainment system that is connected to the cloud and always ready. We are also designing it so you can play games and watch Blu-ray movies and live TV if you lose your connection.
I'm confused.
Oh, so for pretty much things like TV and stuff, they're saying for some features you will need it, but you can still play your games.
Yeah, it seems like, I guess what it would be is maybe you have to, if you have the internet connection when you turn it on, and for some reason while you're using it you lose that connection, it's not going to boot you out, maybe.
Alrighty.
But you need to have one when you turn it on. Is that it?
Maybe.
That'll have to be clarified later on, I suppose.
That's a very, very...
I can't read that link though. It's not loading for me. It's weird. But
yeah.
That's confusing. It's not really a straight answer.
I don't quite understand. But
yeah.
So how about used games?
Used games won't work. You're going to have to pay the fee to Microsoft if you want to play. Just say you loaned your friend your game.
Yeah.
Your friend will have to pay a fee to get it onto his Xbox. But apparently, what they're saying is, you're going to if you don't pay the fee, you can still play the game, but you won't be able to install it. So that means you can't install it.
That's not confirmed. No, that's just.
That's not confirmed. That's speculation. So I can't.
The confirmed part is that you cannot install it to your system, if you've bought it or if it's used.
Yeah, you can.
Unless you pay this fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, how it works is it's a transfer of ownership.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
So you're paying for that transfer of ownership.
I wonder what Sony are going to do then. Are they just going to leave it completely, or do something to try handle it, or?
Originally they said they're not going to do anything, but then they kind of backtracked a bit, and it's kind of a bit muddled now. We don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're probably going to stay on the fence to see what Xbox did.
Probably.
They might even do something similar, because I don't know. I can kind of get over it. I mean, I don't really mind if I have to pay the fee if it was a used game, as long as the used game was discounted, isn't as expensive as it is today.
Yeah. This wouldn't really affect me because I may only have like 1 or 2 games that I bought used.
Yeah, I tend to get.
But it does affect a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
it's also worth noting though. It's also worth noting that this is probably also why EA stopped using their online pass, was because of this reason as well.
That's true. We were talking about that in episode 2.
Yeah.
We thought maybe it was because they were trying to regain their image, or something like that, but this makes more sense, I think.
Yes. They'll probably just get a little slice of the pie if it's an EA game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is kind of sly then. They're like, makes them look really good, and then all of a sudden, looks like we have to pay a fee, so it's kind of the same thing. It's just, you pay it a little bit before you actually boot the game up. And it's even to play single player, if you want to install it. Again, that's only speculation though.
Yeah.
They're kind of doing some silly things, It seems like PS4 is like kind of a bit more for the gamers.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is odd, but I'm gonna wait until E3 before I start to really think about, what I want to buy. But
we need to see.
Yeah. I mean, I can assume, Gun, that you're going to be going for the PS4.
Well, I'm liking the games they've shown like this, and they've shown a lot.
Yeah, they have.
Like they showed gameplay, which is something that I thought Microsoft needed to show to one up.
I thought
PS4.
they would. I thought they'd be like, okay, we have to do this and show the console,
Yeah.
What about you, Wolf?
I'm a big fan. They seem to be kind of trying to build their own kind of social network now, from what I saw from their images, and I really, really, really like that. So that and the streaming features and stuff like that, it seems really, really cool for me. So I'm probably going to be going PS4 as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to wait to see. I'm kind of on the fence.
The E3 is going to be the make or break kind of a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yep, without a doubt. Hopefully that's when all this stuff gets cleared over.
Yeah, and we can do another podcast. We should get you back on for the E3 related one, just so we can revisit what we said and just what came to pass and what didn't.
Yeah,
that'll be really interesting to do, I think. But that's again in the future. Only 19 days actually. It's not that long. No, we don't have really that long to go. So pretty much in summary, Xbox is really going to have to pretty much a big Hail Mary at E3 to get people back on side, because it doesn't seem like people are that impressed.
There's been a bit of a negative reaction, alright.
I haven't seen one person going, oh my god, everything is like what I've ever wanted,
Yeah. I think the only thing I was genuinely impressed about was Call of Duty.
Oh, I was just about to ask you,
that was like the thing. I'm not easily sold in Call of Duty games. Like, I only bought Modern Warfare 1, and I rented the other ones. But this one I really, really want, because they actually, it seems like they're doing some really cool stuff, gameplay-wise.
It's like they're like...
it's...
I'm still not sold on it because I didn't really see much gameplay. Like, this was all cinematic kind of stuff, Like, showed little glimpses of gameplay, but... I don't know.
Well, they explained a few things that sounded cool.
The idea is pretty good. The fact that they're not just going with the America against the world. It's kind of like almost like a post-apocalyptic, or as post-apocalyptic as a Call of Duty can get,
You're talking about story now.
Yeah, story-wise, I don't give a shit about.
But who plays COD for story? Well, there's a few.
Yeah, I played it for the story.
Yourself and King Koopa have something in common there.
Yeah, I played the multiplayer.
But I think the majority of people multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. But I mean, I still want that. That's what was kind of making me a bit tired of it. I mean, by Modern Warfare 3, I was fed up with the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of just felt the same.
So apparently, one of the writers, or I guess the main writer for Call of Duty, is from a movie called Traffic that I haven't seen before, and I'm definitely going to watch now.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it before, but
never heard of it.
Yeah, it seems to be very highly rated.
But he got an award for it.
Is it like human trafficking?
I just don't know. It has guns and stuff. Let me see. Conservative judge is appointed by the president to spearhead America's escalating war against drugs, only to discover his teenage daughter is an addict.
Maybe it'd be good.
It seems like kind of like a common concept, but it has a Metascore of 86 out of 100, 7.7 out of 10, and I think it's like 94% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
Well, it's intriguing then.
Yeah, that's some good fact finding there.
Nice work.
Yes.
Yeah, this is why I pay you. Oh, wait,
Google.
Google.
Yeah, Google. So what was interesting is at the start of the show, Microsoft stocks started to rise. Allegedly, I don't feel like searching for this. This is just what I heard. And then it dropped at the end, whereas Sony's is now up 9%, and I have a link to that.
We got an image for that too, don't we? It's in the article you're linking it to.
Yeah, you can get it there. I'll just put up a picture of Gunn when he was 8 years old at his first communion.
Do not do anything stupid like that, alright?
Well, you gotta break balls.
But, it'll come back 10 times worse, John.
Yeah, true. I don't want to start this game.
Prank war.
Yeah, not just Xbox.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We're losing focus here.
Yeah, once again. What was the show? We kind of really pushed Call of Duty as like, this is
That's how they closed this. It's very abrupt ending, I think.
It was.
As well.
Yeah.
I liked the comparisons, like in character models from Modern Warfare 3. They had Captain Price, and then had a soldier. I don't know who that soldier is, what part he'll play in Ghosts, but he looked really good.
Yeah.
His arms. I was impressed with the arms.
Yeah, I was too. That looked brilliant. And I wonder, will your hands cut in real time?
That's kind of seemed like he was hinting at that.
So great.
That would be cool. Yeah.
One more thing. Actually, one thing that was bugging me about it that I hope they improve. I've seen so many games that don't have decent idle face animations.
Okay.
Like there was something like the dude, he's like supposed to be all realistic and stuff, and his body's moving and everything, and his face is completely still, and it just drives me nuts when I see that.
Yeah, true. He just looks like he's a drone of some kind,
Yes.
Maybe they will. That might be something that they'll start to bring in more and more.
Yeah.
Now that they have
That's
more
just attention to detail.
Yeah, true. I said once the people, developers get to grips with with developing for it, and get more out of it, and start to think like we can do little things like that will immerse you more. But I'm pretty sure there's like a wrap up thing, like I can just give some things that I have heard that you cannot transfer your arcade games from Xbox 360, which also ties into it not being backward compatible.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing we forgot to mention.
Yeah,
backward compatible.
But I feel like we've kind of covered a lot.
Yeah. Now, one thing I have to say about that is that all those games, those arcade games, generally should work on PC just fine because they're built using XDA, which is a PC which also works on PC. So it's kind of like, are they gonna have to recompile those games to work on the Xbox One, and then you're gonna have to rebuy those games because you don't have a license for to use it on the Xbox One. You don't have a license to use it on the 360, or is it just gonna be? I don't know.
I predict you'll have to rebuy it.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
It is Microsoft.
Well, yeah, Microsoft don't really. I think they're probably so confident in their product that they think people are just willing to pay for it.
Yeah. Or they just won't bother.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking forward to E3. I'm sure we'll get a lot of answers and we'll know a good bit about it by then. Because, they've got, actually on the other hand, they've got the TV stuff out of the way. So
it's all set for games for E3.
I think so. Maybe they're just setting the stage to get games, as the star of the show. Like, I think they're definitely going to be looking at people's responses to it, and the response has been, there's not enough games.
So what you think overall compared to the PS4 event?
Oh yes, good question. As far as who wins, I'd say PS4.
Gaming wise, yeah.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
They just showed way more off.
Yeah. I mean, they pretty much showed a whole level of Killzone.
Yes.
Which looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And what did we get? Like some commentator in Forza 5, like shouting over slow motion cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like commentating over slugs racing. That was pretty much it. Like,
yeah.
But they were pretty looking slugs, though.
Yeah,
they
were.
Very, very pretty. Yeah. They were talking about Forza having some kind of, not only just having a lot more environmental effects and stuff like that, which is something that's been lacking from Forza for a while. So I think that's kind of cool that they finally did that. What's crazy for me is that every single Forza game since the first one on the Xbox 360 has the same engine. It's just been continually updated. So when you compare that, they've just been repeatedly updating their engine.
Lazy on their part.
No, I think it's completely reasonable. I just think they could have done something in the background, but what they've been doing in the background was for the next Xbox.
Nice. Okay.
But when you compare that to, you have Gran Turismo, it came out with one game, and that is still downright the best looking racing game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, but they just kind of did it right. They kind of just went out of their way to put all this technology in it. And not only, as far as I know, this same engine that they use on the PS3 is also going to be the same engine they're going to use on the PS4 as well, because the engine is just that good.
Wow.
You know, it already has the day and night cycles. It already has weather. It already has all this real-time lighting effects, and it already has some form of a damage model on there. It already has all the stuff that they can use. They didn't with GTA 5. It seems they didn't have enough time to properly implement it all.
Yeah, though it was in development for fucking ages, it still wasn't
that was
really
all
ready.
engine development, though.
Yeah.
It was like building all these new cars and going over all this detail and stuff like that. They put a hell of a lot of work into it. They just it was super ambitious. It was just maybe a little bit too ambitious. You know.
Probably thought with the PS3, they could aim for the stars, but it didn't work out that way in the end. Even though it was still a great game.
Yeah, it's still a good game. It's just it's lacking somewhat in the gameplay department. But that's because they were just focusing so much on just development, they couldn't focus on the game. But I'm really excited for GT6, so I'm just bringing it out there, even though it's not the topic of this. But yeah.
I think I'll actually get that on PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think as well to hold out.
Yeah, do you think there'll be a big difference between 5 or 6 on the PS3 and 6 on the PS4?
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a huge difference. There's so many things they can't do on the PS3 version that they could definitely do on the PS4.
But anyway, back to Xbox, I think.
Have I listed out the games that are coming out?
You should.
Oh, that reminds me.
The confirmed. Sorry.
I was just about to say that reminds me. You know, like Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed 4, and all that. They all jumped on them saying it's confirmed for the.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I have a list of guaranteed confirmed games.
Alright, sorry, I'll tell you my.
Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
Battlefield 4. Call of Duty, Ghosts, obviously. Destiny, FIFA 14, Forza Motorsport 5, Madden 25. NBA Live 14, Quantum Break, Thief, the new UFC game, and Watch Dogs. And I expect we'll be hearing a lot more games.
Sure, other stuff like The Witcher 3 and all that, they've yet to come on.
Yeah, they'll jump on. This is just like the list as of now, which is also going to be in the description.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I pretty much told you the list, but if you want to just confirm I'm not a filthy liar, then it's there for you to do so.
You should definitely click that link.
I'm mistaken a liar, and I'm not to be trusted. But yeah, I guess is that everything?
Is that everything? I don't know.
There was a lot to happen to it. I feel like we're missing loads of stuff, but
just a bit of humor. Sony earlier on today, their European blog Twitter account, they posted a comment before the Xbox event where they said, "Oh, you might want to watch our PS4 video because today's a bit of a slow news day."
Every time I hear that.
Which is pretty funny. And also, as well, apparently if you Google the next Xbox, you're going to see some PS4 ads in the corner saying, "Think outside the box," or something like that.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So they're pretty aggressive now.
They have to, they kind of do, as I said, they just have to be. They didn't really perform as well in my opinion, against Xbox this generation, or against Microsoft this generation.
Definitely started off badly.
Yeah. I mean, they did pick up some steam, especially as Uncharted 2 came out.
Yeah, the exclusives helped.
But Uncharted 2 getting awards everywhere, And that's in my opinion. And but yeah, that was pretty good.
Also the Xbox.com has, of course, updated to have all of its Xbox One stuff. So you can find out more about the TV features.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I guess
I just figured I'd check it, and I just noticed they have all this stuff on there, and looking at it now, it's a lot like Windows 8.
That's a really good. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be pushing like the Windows 8 thing and stuff like that. I'll have a link to Xbox.com, even though it's just to the website, but just to do it.
There's also some screens of what looks like Forza too.
Oh yeah, again, I'm not pushed about Forza, so I'm not really going out of my way to look at that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm an actual gamer. I don't need pretty little race cars. But
one thing I want to bring up is 720p trailers.
Yes.
I want to bring that up.
You're not happy about those?
I'm not happy about that at all. It's annoying as heck. Like, we're supposed to be expecting games next gen to be full 1080.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing that annoys a lot of people when it comes to consoles. You have this full 1080p screen and your games aren't using it.
Actually, you know what isn't 1080p? My DayZ videos.
That is not shoehorning it in at all.
Did he really just say that?
It'll be in 1080p. I just got the third episode up. I just want to get my advertisement in today. So, DayZ Documentaries episode 3, Starry and the Stick Up.
Okay.
Really sorry about this. Really sorry about this.
Yeah. Just don't give me a mic. I'll push my own products. Okay.
But they're pretty good.
Yeah, you're pushing my site. I'm like here all the time,
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, actually, I advertised TakuCast on my video as well. I've linked to the first 2 episodes. So yeah, I'm helping out as well. So you owe me in a way.
Yeah. What? Okay. Wait, hold on. No, I don't know if that. Anyway, I'm not even gonna.
Okay, let's just avoid this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Where are you hiding from?
This is going in a dark area.
Yes, it is. You're gonna do a whole lot of editing.
Yes, he is.
I gotta edit that you saying editing as well. So. editing.
End every sentence with editing.
Oh my god.
Really fractured fucking conversation. Okay, that's that because you're giving me a lot of work to do.
Okay. Is there anything important we're leaving else here?
I don't know. There's this on Speak Out. Somebody I think Durd. Just how do you say his name? Durd. I don't know.
Really?
I'm not even gonna say it anymore.
Which person are we talking about here?
On Speak Out, he linked a bunch of Twitter of things people were saying on Twitter while the events were going on, and it's actually some of it's pretty hilarious.
What's this person's name?
Dried.
Dried.
Oh my god.
Terribly.
I didn't. No, I pronounced it worse. God,
I thought you were a man in the community, but you don't even know his names.
I am not well educated.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, as you know.
No, Drid sounds. Yeah, Drid sounds.
Maybe he'll come on the podcast sometime and tell us.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's kind of a confusing name.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just bad at English in general, though. Just you give me a word for the first time, and I'll probably pronounce it wrong 80% of the time.
Who needs English?
Yeah,
English. Not even. I'm just gonna annihilate the word.
Yeah. Okay. We're done here.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to entertain any more things you want to bring up. I'm just.
I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'll hang up.
To end it like the Xbox event.
Filled with disappointment.
Yeah. Here's a timer. Bye.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We'll leave game trailers to kind of close it off for us.
Yeah. All right,
after
guys.
A few minutes. So we say some goodbyes now, will we?
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.